Train Fulton, this interview is directed towards you, man. What you did to me was a mockery and a disgrace. No one's ever done that to me, and now you're gonna pay for it, man. You know, I hope you studied your British Lit back in high school, because I hope you remember the poem about the rhyme of the ancient mariner, because you just killed your albatross, and I'm gonna curse you like 1,000 demons.
At 248 pounds, from Swansea, Massachusetts, introducing Brutal Bob Evans!
Bob Evans.
That's Brutal Bob Evans. The only brutal thing about him is his looks. That has to be the homeliest dude I have ever seen in my entire life.
Now, I'm surprised because his opponent is high-flying Tony Roy.
Bug eyes, Tony Roy. Bug eyes, Tony Roy.
So you're saying you don't like both guys in this match?
Hey, I don't have to like anybody. I'm James E.
I guess not. Okay, high-flying Tony Roy, we've seen before in this hour. He's really a competitor, and he wants to make a name for himself in the NEWF. He wants title contention. He wants...
No. What happened was he got his brains knocked around a little bit, and he said, what? Today? You want to wrestle again? Did I wrestle already today? Oh, okay, we'll go again. And so he hasn't even realized that he wrestled earlier today. That's because he got the crap beat out of him earlier.
Bob Evans has a nasty attitude as he makes faces and says things to the...
I might actually begin to appreciate this.
Bob Evans, I don't know, he looks sort of, I don't want to say what he looks like, but he looks like sort of a person from the mid-century, from a certain middle...
All right, you want to know what he looks like? He looks like an offspring of the Cajun cupcake.
What? How do you figure that?
He looks like an offspring of the Cajun cupcake.
Wait a minute, that's the Cajun cookie, and how does it look like...
Cajun cupcakes, and it was a carrot cupcake.
Okay, Roy.
Nice hip toss. Roy, you're having control of the arm right now. Really working in the arm of Brutal Bob Evans.
Roy looks fresh as a daisy despite his match not too many minutes ago. As Roy trying to get the crowd going with that foot. You know, how much energy might he waste stamping that foot? I have to agree with you in a certain extent.
It is, it's a waste of energy. But look at this. Evans has got him in the corner. He's working him over. Big rights, big shoulders to the chest area. Whips him into the corner. Irish whip into the corner. Oh, reversal. And big back body drop. Incredible move by flying Tony Roy.
Now, I heard that Brutal Bob Evans is brutal not only in his attacks on people, but in his stamina in the ring, and that's why he's called Brutal Bob.
Brutal Bob is called Brutal Bob because his attitude stinks.
Much like yours, I might add.
Hey, thank you very much for the compliment, my friend.
Now, tell me, last week you told me that people were coming up to you on the street and commenting that you were a scumbag.
I wanted to talk about that. I am not a scumbag. I am not a scumbag.
But you were just proud of the fact that your attitude isn't good.
Look at him on the...
I'm very proud of my attitude, thank you, as Bob Evans is caught with a hip toss by Tony Roy. Tony Roy taking over the arm on Bob Evans.
Brutal Bob Evans now.
Brutal. Let me mention Brutal.
Okay.
Brutal is Evans's face. Evans should be wearing a bag in the ring, maybe a double bagger to make sure in case one bag breaks.
Very unique on the part of James E. is that he doesn't play favorites like most other wrestlers.
I hate everybody. That's the bottom line.
I guess you do. Okay, Brutal Bob working on the face. Oh, now Tony Roy reverses.
Tony Roy whips him into the corner, follows him in,
Buckle.
gets caught with a big boot. Big boot to the face.
But
Tony Roy is down and could be in big trouble.
Now, Tony Roy blocked that with his hand so it wouldn't have the effect that it normally would have if he had had the full impact.
Evans was putting the boots to him there for a second, choking him on the ropes now. I love it.
Okay, Tony Roy is really done. Now, why doesn't the referee break this up when he's on the rope?
How many times I gotta tell you the referee has to count that way? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. That's the problem. He can't count to 5.
Brutal Bob looks something like a school bully would look like in my era of school.
When was the last time you saw a schoolboy wear underpants in the ring?
I Can't answer that one. What's that?
Nice reversal, a flip over 1, 2. Grabs the tights and almost gets the 3 count.
Handful of tights, as Brutal Bob is no stranger to foreign tactics and illegal tactics and foreign objects and anything wrong in the ring.
This is how stupid this kid is. He can't even win when he cheats.
This guy reminds me a lot like you.
Well, I don't know what to say about your comments about Brutal Bob Evans. I would have predicted that he would have been a friend of yours like Don Barcini.
Maybe if he does the right thing, maybe if he provides James E with the right compensation, if you will, I may be more generous.
Side suplex by Brutal Bob and lifts the leg and goes for the pin, and Tony Roy kicks out. Now remember that Tony Roy has had his second match of the day.
Give Tony Roy credit where credit is due. He has wrestled 2 complete matches in the same day. He has got an incredible backbreaker here put on him. The man is living here. The man is surviving. He has the stamina. Even if you don't like him, which I can't stand him, you have to give the man credit for coming out 2 times in the same exact show.
That is correct, as Tony Roy managed to kick out maybe 4 or 5 times. I lost count. Fists to the midsection of Brutal Bob, but didn't have much effect. Brutal Bob again hit with a midsection.
Oh, rake of the eyes on Tony Roy. Brutal Bob Evans taking over on Roy now.
Now Tony Roy was in a submissive position. Did Brutal Bob have to rake his eyes?
Brutal Bob has to do whatever he feels like doing. Oh, fakes him out.
Bad time
Evans got really faked out that one. Big clothesline. Evans is down. Roy covers him, 1, 2, and he kicks out. Evans kicks out of that move. I can't believe that.
Now it looks from this match that the combatants are evenly matched, but Tony Roy is in his second match. I stress that. So we don't know what this match would be like if Tony Roy only wrestled for the first time.
The doctor said, after a nice suplex on Evans by Tony Roy, you're confusing me again. Shut up.
What am I doing?
You're just being here. That's all it takes. Just looking at that face here, I don't know what to do.
You just can't take my charisma, huh?
Oh, yeah. You've got so much charisma. I'm all a tither.
Okay, Tony Roy lifting Brutal Bob and going for maybe a finishing move.
Oh, he got caught.
Bad.
He stuck his head down way too early.
That was
way too early.
That was so obvious. I guess I could have done that.
I was just going to say, it was so obvious even you would have noticed it.
No, I mean,
Evans picks him up and slams him down to the canvas. Evans
what is
trying
that?
to give
Is
him
that a claw?
No, it's not a claw. He's trying to give him CPR.
Not likely. Referee Rick Lannon yelling at Bob Evans doesn't seem to have much effect, as Evans is going, I think, out to the ropes.
He's going up to the top rope. He's getting ready to come down on top of
using a Tony Roy method here.
But he got caught. He met
to get out of the way.
He moved out of the way. Tony Roy moved out of the way.
When you're a high flyer like Tony Roy, you know just the moment to get out of the way of somebody else's high-flying move.
Yeah, but you're a high flyer, but you don't know how to get out of the way of a powerhouse like Evans.
Okay, now
working him over.
Look at showmanship move on the top of
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can count more than the ref. 7, 8.
Evans, a little wobbly, a lot wobbly, and he finally goes down.
Looks like Roy's going to the top rope again. Looks like he's getting ready to take over on
this could be the
Bob Evans right here.
This could be
the end.
Roy.
Cross body block. 1, 2, 3. 2 only. 2 counts
two.
only.
Tony Roy, again, lifting Brutal Bob to his feet. Bringing him to the ropes, setting him up. Playing to the crowd.
Big right hand by Roy. Another big right hand by Roy.
Forearm to the chest. And what's he doing here?
Oh, he was going for a clothesline. He got thrown over the top rope.
A very punishing maneuver for Tony Roy. Tony Roy on the floor with the fan support, even with the fan support. Wait, Tony Roy going underneath the ring?
What's going on here? I saw him go underneath that ring. What happened? Where did he go? I think he's cheating. I think there's a second Tony Roy. I think he's got a twin bug-eyed brother.
I don't think that there's a second Tony Roy.
Oh, look at this. He comes from behind.
Tactics here.
He catches him from behind. 1, 2, 3.
It's over. And Tony Roy, high-flying Tony Roy wins his second match of today on Piledriver.
I can't believe this. Flying Tony Roy is upset Brutal Bob Evans in this matchup. I cannot believe it, as Tony Roy has become the victor a second time this evening.
The promoters and the NEWF are really going to take notice of high-flying Tony Roy and hopefully, wait. No, I guess Brutal Bob was just getting some nasty licks in, some last nasty licks.
Fans, don't you dare miss the New England Wrestling Federation next week on Piledriver. Also, do not, oh, look, that was an intelligent move. He climbed to the top rope, he falls back, and he hits his own back. What a great guy this he is.
Defeating himself.
Unbelievable. Not only did he defeat himself, maybe he should pin the referee and make us all happy. Fans, don't you dare miss October 17th. Plymouth State College, Foley Arena, as the New England Wrestling Federation invades for a television taping. You will see Mr. Hughes, you will see Max Moon, Cato, the Bushwhackers, Axe from Demolition, as well as the New Hampshire State Championship between Flying Bill Wilcox and Freight Train Fulton. Fans, don't you dare miss the Foley State Arena, Plymouth State College, October 17th.